Hi, I'm Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and today we're going to talk about compost tea, how to make it, and its many uses. So let's go. Compost tea is one of the most important tools in the organic program, and to have good compost tea, or really good compost tea, you've got to start with good compost to begin with. This is one I like. This is a cotton burr compost. It has a lot of biological activity in it and a lot of nutrients. Another one that I like to use for compost tea is maybe even more concentrated. This is earthworm castings, and yes, that is a compost. It's one of the most consistent and nutritious compost you can use. You can use any compost to make compost tea, even your own homemade, which I recommend that you do, but we want to have compost that's really full of life, because then our compost tea will be full of life. At home, use a 5-gallon bucket like this, and we'll put in about a quart of compost into the water. Now you can do without it, but I recommend highly. The next thing that you need is a pump, and this is where you really make the compost tea special. Get a pump from an aquarium store with a tube, one of these stones, and put it in the compost tea. We'll stir it up a little bit better as well. To really see what's going on a little more clearly, let's do it in this glass bowl, and this time we'll use a handful of the earthworm castings. In a 5-gallon bucket, we'd still use a quart, but in this container, we'll use a little bit less. Stir it up first. Again, you could leave this for 24 hours and it'd be good compost tea. It will just be much better if we add the oxygen, if we aerate it. You'll be able to see a little more clearly how the aeration works. Now, to make the compost tea even more effective, we can change the biological activity, the microbes in it. If we put molasses in, we'll kick up the bacterial action. That's good for turf. That's good for the grasses. And if we put in protein products like fish emulsion or fish oil, it doesn't take very much, just a little bit. We can put in liquid seaweed as well. That will kick up the fungal activity in the compost pile. Put just a little of that in there. You can also buy products that have both fish and seaweed in the same product. Then we let it aerate for 24 hours. With the protein products added to the compost, has a high level of fungal activity, and that's better for your woody plants, shrubs, in other words, the higher successional plants. If you just want grass, just do molasses. You can also use it as a spray, a foliar feeding fertilizer. And what we do is we simply run it through either a strainer so it doesn't clog up the sprayer. And we're ready to go to use it out in the garden. Compost tea is useful for many reasons. First of all, we use it as a liquid fertilizer and foliar feed it. That means that the fertilizer value is going right into the foliage of the plant, and you get quicker fertilizer results. Another use for the compost tea is actually drenching the soil. We get the same fertilizer benefits and the same biological activity benefit. In this case, we don't even have to screen the solids out because they can go into the soil. We can do it on potted plants like this wonderful tree fern, or we can do it in entire beds. Well, that's how you make and use one of the most important organic tools, compost tea. I hope you learned something and you use it in your garden. I'm Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, and I'll see you next time. For more information on my organic program, visit our website at yourhouseandhome.tv.
Don't go away. Your House and Home will be right back.